If you join us on Facebook right now, you will see stunning pictures from Marlin Beach Resort. Sunny 88.7. So join us right now and check out these amazing pictures of Marlin Beach Resort right now. And that's where we're holding our annual couples retreat. But then this morning, we're back on our unscripted marriage series. We're hosting Reverend Dr. Kisseadoo with us this morning. But we're going to be talking about his book. And that's our title of our discussion this morning. The role of men and women in marriage. At the home. In marriage and home. Okay, so let me quickly go on. Reverend is seated already. Please join us, Sunny 88.7 FM on Facebook and on YouTube. JJD, myself, we're going to be doing this together. Reverend, good morning again.
Good morning.
I hope you're good.
Yes, my glasses broke this morning.
I knew it.
I see my face on the glasses for the first time.
For the first time, that's true.
I was actually going to talk about it, that you look very different this morning. Oh, I hope you're going to be able to read anything you've got to read this morning.
It's for sight, not for reading.
Okay.
But when I'm reading, I don't need it. When I'm working on computer or reading.
Then we're good. We're good this morning.
If you want to give me glasses, I'm here. Oh.
Please, if you want
to take him to third
no,
eye
we will
care.
take you to third eye care as soon as we are done
Yes.
to get your glasses fixed. I mean, they are family here, you know, and so we'll take you there as soon as we are done to get your glasses fixed for you. Jenny, you take us. You start for us. I'll come.
I think I'm going to ask Reverend, whose side are we going to start with? Talking about the roles. Who do you choose first to start with, the man or the woman? You decide. Let's start with the
head. When the
head.
fish gets rotten, it starts over the head.
So let's start with the head. Yes.
The role of a man, there are a whole bunch of them. First of all, if you don't know what you are looking for,
maybe let's look at top 5. Because I know Reverend is a lecturer. I'm sure he so maybe we can do 3 or 5. Maybe 5 if we have some more time. Pair the man and the woman.
First of all, the man must learn to be a leader. That is why God spent a lot of time with Adam before the coming of Eve. Do you know when he brought a woman, he didn't even stay for 5 minutes, expecting the man to share himself and his thoughts and ideas with the woman, for the woman to catch vision. You don't teach vision, you catch vision. It's like revival. In Psalm 119:25. Revive me according to thy word. Not revival falling down just in church. Revive the love, revive the affection, revive the diligence in the work, revive my helping to clean like I clean a bathroom before coming. It is my duty for the master bedroom bathroom. We share it, we discussed it, and my wife said, you haven't done your work. So when I was going to leave, I said, the day before I left, he said, go and rest. She was surprised to find that there 2 hours to rest. I was doing the bathroom. I didn't want to come and minister without doing my work. Clean the bath, the toilet. I wanted to remove all those 10,000 bottles, wipe them, put them back, the front of the mirror, and everything. It is a role, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. The man being a leader, example of holy living, leader of love and affection, leader of provision, leader of teaching, leader of faith, leader of vision and purpose, leader in obedience to God, leader of worship in the home, leader of prayer, leader of unity. We led prayers for pastors and women in church. Leader in being an ambassador for the Lord, leader of strength, leader of wisdom, wisdom of application of truth to experience. Wisdom is knowing what to do. Knowledge is getting the facts. Wisdom, how do you use the facts? Understanding is interpreting results according to the facts. So have the knowledge. And take time to know the woman who is going to help. If I'm going to help you, you must let me know what you do in order to help you. I tell women when a man proposes, don't give me titles. Because you fall in love with the personality But you live with a character. When you need to send in a shisha warrior, when it's humanity. And character is who you are when no one is watching you. Who are you listening to? So share teachings. I do this. Don't tell me I'm ambassador to Germany. Tell me why the whole country selected you to go there. That is what I'm going to marry. Don't tell me I'm a bishop. Don't tell me I am area head, apostle, pastor. I have 3 businesses in the US, 2 in Canada, 5 in UK, 10 in Ghana. What I'm going to marry is the qualities you have and the diligence you have, which has made you have the business. I'm not going to marry a businessman. See, a former master's degrees and a PhD. Masters from Ghana, from Holland, from Scotland, from New York, PhD, and this. That is not what I used to marry. What made me be able to pursue these things? So that when I write a book, as a leader of involving my wife, she reads sensitive portions. I have a book on romance, for example. That day she was tired. She had come from work, was going to work in the night. She sat and read through and said, publish it. If she says, don't, I won't. You see, there was a time I wrote a document. That is leader in wisdom. It's what I'm trying to explore. And I asked her to read through, not because I put her name there, but because she can detect things. Women have stronger insights and intuition than men. And you must lead all that gold to come out of the woman by involving her. So she read through and said, come, there's one mistake. I said, grammar, no. Construction of a sentence, no. I set up a prayer force. And one sentence in the 2-page document said, is the prayer force still active? 2 question marks. I said, why do you put 2 question marks? Do you know it can destroy the entire document? Remove 1 question mark. That is Proverbs 19:14. A prudent wife is from the Lord, and you, the man, must lead and involve her so that that wisdom comes out. So remove 1 question mark. Some of our pastors even, they are not children. For you, the 2 question marks means something. She has saved me from a lot of problems. One time, Reader's Digest, they mail things to you, they say no obligation, no obligation, no obligation. One time they brought a bill of $20. I come from school, I was then doing PhD in New York. And I wrote a letter, poor African here, and you are doing this to me, and whatever it is. But I said, show it to your wife before you send it. I said, don't send this. Someone can harm you. Why do you tell them you're African? Tear it into pieces. And I paid the bill. That is involve her. So a role of a father, number 1, train and teach your children. Training is education or instruction plus example. Lead and guide your children. Don't just tell them what to do or merely take them along the path. You must do something as an example. You see, discipleship is the same as parenting. I have a principle. Decide what to do. Number 2, do it for them to see. Number 3, be by their side to do. Number 4, leave them to do. Number 5, evaluate and affirm. You use it to run business, home, everything you do. If you're a pastor, you are listening, you can't delegate and things in life, follow this. Decide what to do. We are going to do this. Do it for them to see. If it breaks a plate, hey, that's why so's child, he's doing this, you are 10 years old, you broke this plate, which is from 1980, 1888, from grandma. No. You decide, we don't leave plates overnight. It's something I've established in my home. Go to the kitchen, and then you do the dishes to show the child. Then you stand by the child. Watch the next dish. Then you realize he's holding the table like this. No, that's why you broke the other one. Hold the bottom. Put it this way. Put enough soap in the sponge. Then you leave the child to do to help mommy. Then you later evaluate and affirm. It's the same Sunday school teacher, not because you have learned from Oranoba school or this particular school, Assemblies of God school, Lighthouse school, ICGC school, but so next Sunday sit down I'm going to teach Sunday school and show you how to do it. Then the following Sunday, I sit down and you teach. And then I talk about it. Then I leave you to teach. Then I evaluate and affirm. You're doing well here. And that's what the father must do. Show love and affection. Learn to hug them. Have time with your children. Quality time means time that has meaning. While they are learning something from you, they should smell you and touch you and feel you. Pay enough attention. Number 3, be an example to your children. One way to show love to children is how you behave towards mommy. Number 6, discipline your children. In fact, in the book, I've listed the value of discipline, about 12 reasons. It indicates sonship, it strengthens your lives, signal of parental love, it makes you part of the family, produces valuable personal character, disciplines and chastens you, applies knowledge carefully, it corrects you, enables you to receive more vibrant life in the Lord, it humbles you. Then pray and intercede for your children. It's the 7th rule. It's my mother I heard praying for me for the first time in my life at dawn in her room, that God will save her children. She didn't pray for me to be saved. She didn't preach to me, but her prayers were answered. Pray for children by name to their hearing, not the negatives, positives. One way of showing love to children.
Okay.
You're a leader in giving your children to God. That idea of training up a child the way he should go is not just a done deal, because in the Garden of Eden, the first father had a problem with his children. What about me? It is a condition. Teach them to surrender their wills to God. Because 1 John 4:8, God is love. You can't love without a will. If God came into Adam and Eve or comes into our life to stop us, he has violated himself. That's why he stayed there. He knew the devil was there, but expected them to use their will. That is the problem of man. Will is involved in love. Then a father leads. A father leads. A father delivers. I use the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, have a position of trust. Daddy won't come and say so. Go and do your homework. That is not a good statement from a woman to the children about daddy. A position. So when a crocodile opens the mouth widely, you don't know whether it's going to swallow you or it's smiling. Unpredictable. Who are you to your children and your family? Who are you to your wife as a leader? Our Father who art in heaven, we can always go to him. Hallowed be thy name. Holiness. Holiness. A father leads. Lead us not into temptation. A father leads. Forgive us our trespasses. A father forgives offenses. Deliver us from evil. A father delivers. Make sure I don't get into trouble. Dominion, power given to you in the garden which you give to the devil. You must exercise that as the head of a family established by God. A true father lives in holiness, holy living. The spirituality of a man. Spirituality is not just tongues and prophecy and things. I've given prophecy before. Power was so much I fell down. People ran away at a prayer meeting when I was in campus. I gave a prophecy when I was an elder at Assemblies of God Church in the Bronx. I fell down and the kids in the front all were running in the church. We've done all that before. But that is not what I used to marry. What I used to marry is my obedience to God and cleaning the bathroom before coming, because my wife and I have agreed I'm responsible for the bathroom. Practical steps. The tongues, the prophecy, my preaching, my going around. I'm going to Kumasi at weekend. We'll go to Tamale, Sunyani, Wenchi, Techiman, and places. I've been going to Dodowa, Akosombo. We'll go to Bibiani, Obuasi. That is not what I can use to bribe God and not clean my bathroom, which I've agreed.
Yeah.
When the children left, my wife says, let's talk. Create a condition where your wife says, let's talk. So we talked, and she said, you like my food. You see, a man loves fingers, something from the fingers of a man. If you don't cook and housemates are making your husband eat their food all the time, at least supervise whether they put cockroaches in or not. A man loves a woman when something comes from her fingers. Supervise. So I'll do the cooking. You are the dishwasher. So my wife will finish eating I've been here for 3 weeks, about a month ago. She finished eating, was watching TV. Didn't even take her plate from the table. I went for her plate, my plate, the utensils, the dishes, and I was washing them while my wife finished eating. I was watching TV.
I'm looking at Jennifer's face right now.
Have agreed.
She's just dreaming this in the house.
When I came here, I remember I went to ICGC Atomic. God bless you, my friend. I came in the night about 10:30. She had gone to sleep. She didn't wash her plate. She didn't wash the dishes. She didn't wash anything. I put my Bible down, and I did all of that. It was because I've gone to preach. I don't like plates overnight. So decide what to do. Then do it for them to see. Then be by their side to do. And then evaluate and affirm. The same with discipleship. So you must be spiritual in the sense of obeying God and fulfilling your vows and your promises. You know, the first thing a woman saw a man was given was words. Bone of my bone. You were sleeping. Who told you? When you're in tune with God, you know where he's moving. Who told Adam that he was sleeping? And God told him, he didn't see. Bone of my bone. Who told him? When you're in tune with God, with the word and prayer. That is why you read her Bible, I read my Bible for the individual anointing, but the corporate anointing is never given to an individual. So if you spend all the time alone in your prayer room, like many of us do, and you have 10 branches, and I have 10 chapters, and I'm going to establish this, and I'm going to launch this, and I'm going to do that, then you are not being the person God wants you to be. Get the person involved. Get your partner involved. Build intimacy. When I'm going to travel, I don't pack the things. I put the trousers and the shirt there, and I wait for her to come from work. He says, Friday, wear this. Saturday, put on this. Sunday, not that I can use my degrees and my wisdom to choose to build intimacy. And she'll smell all the armpits. When you go and come, we have to watch this. So how many times have the woman have transferred?
Ricky said, how old are you?
You see, so it's the comprehension for Jennifer, you know.
Oh my. How old are you, Reverend Kisseadoo? So it's daddy to daughter.
Range.
He's 72. Wow.
72.
Wow.
I was 72 in January 16.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
Next year, January 16, I'll be 73.
We're live on Facebook and YouTube. You can join in the conversation. You can also send us a WhatsApp. Maybe you have a question, you have a contribution. 0540-130684. Reverend is touching on his new book that is released, which ties in perfectly with this month, Marriage Unscripted. It's all about the role of the man and woman in marriage and in the home. You touched on leadership. How can a man lead when he's not being led before? As a young man growing up, probably never had his father or had any man to really look up to. How does he lead in the ways you're saying he should lead?
You must even lead in romance and lovemaking. And many of us were not taught. Who teaches? Nobody. I was in a church somewhere in the US. It was Mother's Day, and they asked the men, including elders, come and sit with your wife on the pulpit. Then one man raised the hand. When you are touching the afajato, she says, Aji, you're doing it hard. And what do we do? The way she says it, I tell the woman to, it's not a mosquito that came through the window to come and bite you. Say no with dignity. No. Because that's where my power is. So I told her, tell your wife, apart from the no, teach him how to do it, because he doesn't know. He's coming when men are on fire, the brain is somewhere else. So teach him, this is how you do it. Send the hand there. You see, do it nicely and gently. Nicely, and it's a delicate thing, you know. Even down there, people do it like the Amashin Kenke. That's not how to do it. You go this way, you go left to right, or you put your finger and go in circles. You know what I'm talking about. You're an adult.
Thank you very much.
So you learn from your partner. When we had a wedding, where Asylum now, that's my home. I was looking for a shirt, I can't find it. Has the thief come to the house? But then I see it's hanging there. Oh, she washed it. Not knowing when she's going to wash, she'll smell the armpits of all that I've put on before, or what you have seen me put on. Take them and wash them. So I copied her. When I'm going to wash too, I'll go around what she has put on before, except that the black brassiere is difficult to. One time I washed it and I haven't put it on yet. You have washed it. That one I can't tell. So you copy each other. Be an example, therefore, to your husband. Be an example to your wife in the things that you want to see. Then reading. That's why we have these books. Go to good websites, not bad ones. Get involved in seminars. Have an accountability partner. Your age group, somebody not very old, accountability partner. We have accountability partners in California. They can come to our home, we can go to their home. One time I was here, and the woman called and said, the man won't listen to something. So my wife called me to talk to him. Confidant. Then have a mentor. If something happens now, 2009, when I almost passed away, the first person my wife called was our spiritual mentor in the U.S. Comforted her, talked to her, and then encouraged her, and then she came down. Have a mentor, accountability partner. Then also the one who counseled you before the marriage is always there to be helping. They should make themselves available. But the mentor is very, very important. And learning from one another. Learning from parents. Not letting them control, but learning good things from them. Internet sites, seminars, books. Update yourself. Then sometimes you watch how others do it. When I go to any home, I watch interactions. I watch things they put on the wall. Choice of colors. And I always give credit to the woman. There's a woman in this house. That's the phrase I use. You know, and I watch them as we eat. Like one time, this one is not a secret, New York. I went to minister there, and the apostle Ponsa and the wife, when I got to the bathroom, I watched. When we started breakfast, I watched. She has prepared, not just for a visitor, as a ministry, she has prepared. She didn't just clean the place because the visitor is coming. Prepared in advance. That because you make up your mind, I'm not going to divorce before you marry. Make up a mind, I am going to be romantic before you marry. Romance is attitude towards the lover. When my wife is, I'm going out. I like when I'm sitting down and she comes in, you know, when you're standing and hugging, then everything falls here. And I put my head in between her vagina. And I put one leg between her legs and she falls on me. And I put the hands to the behind. Oh, let me stay there for a long time, Charlie.
And someone says, Reverend, keep blessing us. Best and practical experiences for free on Sunny. Only Sunny can do this. It's only our 73-year-old counselor who share all this on Marriage Unscripted.
Jenny, can we look at the role of the woman a little?
Yes, let's go into
as
that
we move
also.
on. But remember, we're live on Sunny 88.7 on Facebook, on YouTube as well. When you join us, share your comments. If you want to join us on WhatsApp to 0540-130684. Maybe you can share a voice note so Reverend can hear you as well.
The woman is the domestic manager. The man is director. Director should know. That is why these people have heard me say this again and again. She had gone there around 8 after our devotion. It was 11. Director must find out what manager is doing. So you put the counseling material down, put student grades down as a professor, put down everything. You have read Romans. Are you going to write second book of Romans? Wouldn't you practice Romans before Jesus comes? So put the Romans down and go down there. The sink was full of stuff. I went towards the sink. She turned and said, thank you. Which means she wanted it done. Because if you don't know where to put, the sink was full of, she was cooking.
Wow.
She said, thank you before I got there. Courtesy, women. And when the men help, don't leave all for them. So I did all of them. Leaving my Bible, my counseling, my student grades, my professorship, and everything, and going there to visit the wife in the kitchen at the time she's cooking after devotion is spiritual. It is the Holy Ghost says go and plant a church. The same Holy Ghost says go to the church in the house, your wife in the kitchen. So I finished doing all of them. She turned and said thank you. But that is a sentence without a period. So I went close to her tilted the head, and then the behind. That's marriage. You come home like there's a hurricane behind you. You curse your cat, you kick your dog. Huh? But you're supposed to be a father, not Inspector General of Police. A woman is supposed to be, you complete your man. The completion of a man to become more domestic, sharpen and pursue his vision, find satisfaction in all areas of his life, carry out his responsibilities, develop better character, understand and experience satisfaction, practice and maintain sexual purity, enable the two of you to obtain children and train them, experience true happiness, the completion, know, explain to you, know and understand his full purpose, obtain fulfillment, become completely successful, obey the word. Secondly, you are to help the man. It has to fit you. Most men can't marry because they don't have the woman who fits accommodation and transport and money and work, and the woman who fits. The woman must see herself as God designed and appointed special helper to fit the man. That's why you must know whom you have married. If you're going to stir coffee, you use a type of spoon, right? If it is banku, you use a type of spoon. If it is soup, if it is stew, it's not. So you are developing your spoon as a young lady listening. You are company for the man. If you wouldn't scrub your back in the bath, go and start doing. He sees it's good. If he will not hug you when you come home, start doing it to him. If you will not do the ad-libs and comments during the mathematics, you begin to say it. Okay? Whatever you say, see, if you leave me, I'll die. I love it. I can feel you. Say it. Okay? Mention the name. When you mention the name, it sticks. That's what they use to steal husbands. You are a lover. You have a great role to play in romantic relationship in marriage as a woman. I think that females find it easier to love more than the men. Genuine love for a husband must be a sure indication and trademark of a good wife committed to her husband. The spirit and heart of love the husband grows for his wife become the foundation. You must set the tone. That's why in 1 Corinthians 7 verse 3, the man must render affection, confer distinction. I call it calculated giving. Look at what she likes, what she doesn't like, areas to touch. Look at her, study her, like we're making love. You must know when she's going up. Don't think she's making no, so she's there yet. No. You stop thinking of down there, and then you do things. And when she's up, and then you go, and then the two meet together. That's when the eye becomes white, and then the marriage becomes sweet. God made it. Jesus is in you. Why should do it? Do it well.
I like
Bearer
that part.
of children, which you know is a responsibility. You train the children. Education or instruction plus example. The way you talk and the way you behave towards children. I've been at home where a child was asking for money. The more John Conman, didn't you see your father? That was not how to talk to the children. He said, shut up. She's going to copy. Number 7, source of tenderness. If a mother is thoroughly careless, aggressively rough, forceful in behavior and character, it can be a real problem for the husband and children. Okay, tender as a mother. Number 8, nurturer. Nurturer is cultivating. You must learn it as a man and teach her. Cultivate her how to kiss. No, how to kiss. And make noise about it. Teach her how to do it. Let her put the head on you. Some women have never put their legs on a man. It's like, who are you? Who born you to put your legs on me? As if it's disrespect. Hug her. Touch her. Have you ever prayed in the ears of your wife when she came home? And don't copy things from the internet. That will not help her. The styles you want in lovemaking has more effect on the woman. So consider her. Little details of maturity processes in the life of a child, such as bathing, cleaning, washing, sewing, shopping, homework, exhibition of courtesy, proper handling of telephone, social media, behavior towards siblings, friends and visitors, common hygiene, cooking, table manners, company for the child. The mother you nurture with example. When a child is like 1.5 years old, it's the same thing you carry when he's a teenager to adult. One sentence command, 4 principles. Number 2, don't repeat. Repeat only when it's necessary. Go and do this. If he's not listening, sometimes you can tell. Then you repeat. Don't go on and on and on and bring stories. The year 1820, when the Reverend Santi was teaching us, you these days, you don't know. When 1844, when the Queen came, what has all this got to do with my homework? Stop the history. Number 3, eye contact. Powerful. The most stubborn child. Go to her room, go to his room, look into the eyes. Even we the adults. Why do you watch TV and look at and do your homework when I've told you don't do it? Look into the eyes. Why do you go so late to school? Is there something bothering you? Like an officer. Do that. The last one is the tone of voice. One sentence command. Don't repeat unless necessary. Eye contact. And the tone of voice. If I say, 2 O's, they all mean something else. Nourishing person. Apart from breastfeeding, feeding and provision of food is skills for a woman. Every woman, however, must have be conscious of important nutrients and all that. Number 10, you're a peacemaker. Complete and satisfying peacemaking is a tough and draining job. Jesus made peace with the blood on the cross. Every woman is a true helper, for any man must understand practice of being a harmonizer, not coming to divide a family or divide it, set one against the other. A complaining, ungrateful, nagging, quarrelsome woman cannot be a peacemaker for any man or family. There are women who come into families that are peaceful and they come to divide. Number 11, you are a comforter. Not only when someone is dead. Soft character, sweet affection, gentle spirit, compassionate love, graceful character, you become fit for the man. You are a caregiver. In fact, Genesis 24:67. Genesis 24, Isaac brought Rebekah into his mother's tent and took Rebekah as wife. He loved her, so Isaac was comforted after the mother's death. Genesis 24:67. Apart from the woman, the common experience of comfort and joy, God compares the nature of a father with the nature and role of a mother as one whom his mother comforts. Isaiah 66:13. One who is his mother comforts. Number 12, caregiver. The bulk of the care and even extra care plus attention to detail in the home should be at the fingertips of any good woman. God has endowed female with a heart of care and concern for feeding and welfare of humans, which are explicitly portrayed in the life of spouses and children. Society knows that the big role of a woman in any marriage is to help the man give the best care he needs when the one is sick, whatever it is. Number 13, you're a counselor. If you see me talking on the phone, my wife, chief counselor. Train her. The more you involve her, last year I was going to give something to a family member, my family member. I called her. What I was going to give, she said it's too small, add more. Because you involve her. That time her niece called, she said thank you. Because when the auntie gave the money to her, the auntie made understandings from the two of us. Don't let family members milk you by giving them the impression the money you give to them, your husband or wife doesn't know. It is not good. They have looked after you, they have helped you, but for how long are you going to allow them to be asking you for things without your spouse knowing? Knowing that they don't have the seminars we have, they don't have the knowledge we have, teach them how to marry. You are mutual. You are beautified. God says the woman is the glory of man. 1 Corinthians 11:7.
So, Reverend, we'll do 2 more for the women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 14, purifier. The idea of purity and sex surrounds a woman. Number 15, you are a prayer warrior, the prayers of my wife. Fantastic. Number 16, you are a supporter, special helper. Number 17, joy and happiness stimulator. Number 18, hospitality giver. Number 19, domestic manager. Number 20, you are the glory of the husband and family. When you dress, I was telling a girl, the way you are, you fool a husband in the future. This is my wife. It gives glory. Number 21, satisfaction provider. Number 22, faith motivator. Is he going to be all right? Don't do like that. Don't pour water on the faith of your husband. Is he going to be all right? if your daddy died early and your mom was mourning, or you had traumatic experiences, some have been raped by cousins, even their own fathers, and all the rest of them, they bring it into the marriage. There's a guy who said, I brought virginity into my marriage. She was divorced. She married 8 years. Anytime my husband had sex with me, I thought I was sinning. I said, did you tell him? He said, no. I blame the counselor who should have told her and guided her, because you lead to other things. The things in the bed has a lot to do with what happens outside. And lack of communication, which is the life of the relationship, life when it grows and matures, which is the blood, distribute the nutrients, which is the currency, enriches the relationship, which is the tool for trust. The more you talk and I know your mind, you are saying, whatever. Will you have rice or kenke? Whatever.
So you said I saw a video where the man responded that whatever. So the woman went to the kitchen, wrote on a sheet whatever, put it on a plate,
and
brought it to the husband, and he was in shock. Well, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. 0540-130-684, 0540-130-684. So, Reverend, this is in the ideal situation where the man is home, the father or the wife is home, or both of them are in a home with children. What in a situation where they're single parenting? How can the children enjoy? Is it possible for the children to still be groomed in such a way that they get benefits of I'm just trying to still put this together. I know whether you get me, Reverend.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes.
Yes. I said something to be addressed. I decided to do even as a program or write something about that. One of our pastors in the U.S., a white man, he said, I don't know who my father is, but what my mom did was attach me to a stable family in the church. So after church, we went home, and that is once a month, and that's when I saw how father and mother behave. So the stable families who have married stable 4 years or more, or 5 years or more, attach the new couples to them. And they should have the time, and also learning. So say, hey, I don't want someone to come and give me problems. It is busy. That type of person, you have brought all that into the marriage. Then also let them know God is on our side. Don't be washing your former husband or the one who made you pregnant that didn't marry you. Don't be baptizing the children in your lemon juice. Don't be saying negative things about him. One woman said, the reason I'm getting problems, my daddy left when I was 4. My mom put up the fear God, fear man, and live long. He put it as a banner in the house, fear man and live long. So I grew up with that in my mind from the age of 4. So I was thinking, God is on our side. Then the scriptures and prayer, which I find very important in the marriage. Then you learn from others. Then have a group. Over there in the US, they have like single parent groups. This group, diabetes group, whatever group, I don't know, Ghana, we should be copying some of these things, where you learn from other women what they do, and then you have support also,
groups.
And encouragement from others in the same situation as you are. Then also you need a mentor in your life whom you can talk to, who can guide you, someone who can really, a spiritual person. Let it be someone who loves you, not because he has a degree in counseling or is an expert in single parenting, but because he has time to love you, understand you, and give you guidance. Then learn to build your own good character, because the shut-ups and things and doing things with grumbling and questioning and doing them as a single person in a way that is not pure and holy and righteous doesn't help the children. So although a man is not there, one danger is that you are trying to be a man and a woman at the same time.
Because that's what you're left with. Yeah.
So if you marry the children who are trained like that, they imitate the mommy. You see, I remember when Margaret Thatcher, I was a student in Aberdeen, Scotland, when Margaret Thatcher was an MP. And people used to give a comment, which was that to maybe rule like a man. If you did like a woman, you know. So if you're a woman, you're a woman. You're not a man. But you attempt to try to be strict and be a man, you put in some manly stuff. We are human. If you can happen to make mistakes in the way you correct it, the way you talk, women are emotional too. So control your emotions, because if you keep shouting at them, shouting in your frustration, Frustration is not in God's vocabulary. Learn to give it to him. Pray about the things before you say them. Pray about the things before you go and shop. Pray about the things that bothers you. Even when you are sure of what to do, prayer makes it more powerful. The results are more lasting. Then you're in a good church. The pastor of that church should be somebody from time to time should be helping, and the elders. The pastor should make sure his elders are taught. Like the Dawa thing I mentioned to you, I went to a church, and the woman said, I'm from northern Ghana, I like Dawa. My husband is Fanti. When I eat Dawa, he laughs at me. And I said, eat it when he's not there. He said, when he comes and he smells it, he still laughs. So I called him and I said, stop that Fanti concert in the house. The following year I went and I asked the presiding elder, where is the woman? So, they divorced. We don't know where the woman is finished. Dawa can break a marriage.
Oh, man.
And I blame the counselor who didn't think beyond the book. Lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. The divorces and separations are because the counselors go by the book without making it practical. You should have said, you are Fanti, you are Northerner. Do you really accept each other in the heart and mind? Accept meaning the culture, what I eat, what my language, my family, and this. Do you accept? You see, you should have done that. And then hear them talk. You see, premarital counseling is insurance against future problems. And you learn new things also. And you have a third person who is there, so instead of the other one dominating, he's compelled to say it nicely before a third person, and for you to take time to understand. Because when you are with a person alone, you can't listen. So you need premarital counseling.
And Reverend, when that has been missed, you finally enter the marriage that has been missed. Let's talk about now you're married. How essential is it that we still go for counseling periodically or take time out to address certain issues?
Post-marital counseling is not in the church. I've said this for years when I started these things with Joy. And that is why I asked the churches to attach new couples to stable families. This is a project we must undertake in the church. Let the church understand when the people are going to marry, we are going to attach you to this person and that person. Is that they give students to guidance counseling in school. Then there should be monthly, not just say, family month is October or December. No. Throughout the year. Monthly, teach from the pulpit. Teach about family and how to cope with things.
Sure.
Then recommend good reading. The church should have reading materials, some prepared by the church and some you purchase available. The churches should have even libraries. Okay. Then the next one. See, parents have wisdom. See, when we were in New York, there was a girl who didn't sleep. Was 2 years old, 2.5. And when I say sleep, when I go back, I say, Daddy, because mommy goes to work, I'm with her in the night. Daddy. Then I go, pam. And my wife was getting mad at me. So you're treating her like an adult. So it was bringing tension. Then you go and lie down and you stand up and say, Daddy, what do you do? So the auntie called from Britain, who doesn't have our type of degree, type of training. And we said, these days, and so causes trouble. Then they said, how far is the crib or something, the court?
The court.
From the bed. Because in the corner there, so that they didn't see the experiment should perform. Said, bring it closer to the bed.
Okay.
Hey, bring it closer to the bed. Said, yes. The old age of Methuselah has nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon. So I brought it close to the bed. Now what I was doing was putting my finger through the holes in the crib.
Because it's closer.
And then she would hold my finger.
She's comforted.
And then fell asleep. Then I'll push it to the corner. And that solved the problem between my tension developing because my wife thought I was treating the child as an adult with spanking. Who will not sleep and say, Daddy.
We have just about 2 minutes to go. So Agyeman, I think we'll bring in Reverend concerning the retreat, and then we have some messages though. Maybe we should get into
Let
that.
me look at a few of the messages on Facebook. I think Nuria Adam said, women are great lovers. Efia Krantimo Pong said, Jesus is in you when you do it, so do it well. That's good nuggets there.
I think we need to hashtag this, eh?
I tell you. Mary Doje said, great teaching teaching. God bless you. It's a blessing. And again, she said, awesome, great teaching. God bless you, Reverend. And so those are a few of the messages on Facebook for you. Jenny, 2 minutes to go. Yawa is coming up in 10.
Yes. And as Reverend is touching on these things, I'm seeing how essential it is that as couples already married, that we take time out to renew and relearn and unlearn some things along the way, gather knowledge we didn't get before saying the vows and getting into marriage, which is where the couples retreat comes in. We'll be joined by Michael and Letitia, Amos and his lovely wife Evelyn, also John Gordon, Neji Crawford and his wife Georgina. These are the facilitators who will be with us at the couples retreat this weekend. Great opportunity for us to learn and unlearn, bond and share some great exciting times together, get to network, meet other couples, enjoy the ambience, enjoy yourselves as a couple. It's 4,999 Ghana cedis for the two of you. It's 3 days, 2 nights. It's covering your meals, the great sessions we're going to be having. To find out more about the retreat, you'd like to register, please WhatsApp 0545 223324 0545 223324. That's how to reach us to register for the couples retreat. Reverend's books, it's up for or yet to be launched. So you just drop the number. Reverend, what's the number?
Call 020 812-6533. The ministry, Fruitful Ministry office 020-812-6533.
Okay.
My personal number is 0276 322-982 0276 322-982 for personal counseling and to get books. And this is my 31st book.
31st book going on. I'm sure the next time we have Reverend
official launching is Sunday.
This Sunday.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you call, we'll give you the link on Zoom and on Facebook. And Sunday 7:30 p.m. Ghana time.
Okay. Over to you, Agyeman.
Alrighty, thank you so much to all of you for joining us today. I think we're going to be signing out from here. We'll see you tomorrow. It will be the Friday's edition of the show. Meantime, my name is Agyeman and JJD.
JJD, we're back, God willing, tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Better than life, warms my heart. It's everything I need, yeah. You were wounded for my transgressions, and you were crushed for my iniquity.